Hello everyone! I'm going to share with you how to make bacon gravy. My grandmother often made bacon gravy because they didn't always have sausage. I'm going to share with you how to do it. You ready? Let's get started. So I'm going to share with you all the ins and outs and the tips that I have learned from my dad about making bacon gravy like his mom used to. The first thing is I'm using regular cut bacon. You can use thick cut bacon as well. And I'm going to be using 8 strips of bacon. Okay. Now the secret to a really good bacon gravy is not to burn your bacon because we don't want that burnt taste in our gravy. And these are my butter swim biscuits. I will give you the recipe for that as well as my vlog on when I made these butter swim biscuits. And so I made some for my family this morning and we're going to have it over this bacon gravy. New to my channel, I want to welcome you in. And if you're a returner, I want to thank you for coming back. My name is Dyvonne, and on my channel, I love to share what I cook and bake for my family in my kitchen, sharing family recipes, recipes that my friends and I have shared amongst each other. I'm also a collector of vintage cookbooks, and so I love old-fashioned recipes. It's that simple home cooking. And if you enjoy that type of content, I hope you consider subscribing. So with the bacon, I've been cooking it nice and slow, and I've had my bacon on a medium to medium low heat. So that way my bacon can go ahead and brown up and get a little crispy, but it's not going to burn and we're not going to have a lot of brown bits into our pan. So once my bacon is cooked, I'm going to be cooking 2 rounds of bacon because I went on and I cut my bacon in half. So I'm going to cook 2 rounds of bacon, but this is going to be 8 strips of bacon total. Now, if you are using thick cut bacon, you're probably just going to need about maybe 5 to 6 strips of bacon. This is going to make enough gravy for our butter swim biscuits that I made. I also have a recipe for my grandmother's Anytime Biscuits. And so for the grandmother's Anytime Biscuits, I will share a link to that vlog. And it's actually a short. And so I'll share that YouTube short with you in the description box below. Now, once my bacon is all done and it's nice and crisped up, I take all the bacon out the pan. And we're going to be left with our bacon drippings. And so we're going to take the hot bacon drippings and I'm going to be putting it into a bowl. So you want to put it into a bowl that can handle the hot drippings. And then we're going to skim off this foam. You want to skim off as much of the foam as possible. So I'm just skimming off some of this foam right here. The reason why you want to do that is we want as much of the clarified drippings as possible. Okay, so you want the clarified drippings, not anything that's settled to the bottom, just what's on the top minus any foam. So back into my skillet, I put in 2 tablespoons of the clarified bacon drippings. Then to that, I'm going to add equal parts of flour. So 2 tablespoons of the bacon drippings plus 2 tablespoons of flour. And I'm just using regular unbleached all-purpose flour, or you can just use regular all-purpose flour. Either one of those will work just fine. And then I use my wire whisk. And you see how I'm whisking? I want to go around the edges of my pan and also in the center. Now, right now I have my flame is on a medium because we don't want to burn it. So we want to make sure that what we're doing is we're cooking the flour. We're cooking the raw flour with the bacon drippings. And we're going to be mixing this just until it gets like a nice tan, not peanut butter. We don't want it quite peanut butter. We wanted the step before that. And so you see how it's just kind of turning into a nice cream color, a nice deep cream color. The next step from the cream color is going to be a nice tan, and that's where we're going to stop our flour at and add in our milk. Now you see how I'm using my whisk, and so I'm going to be whisking the entire time. Now when you pour in your liquid, and this is 2 cups of milk, You can use whole milk or either 2% milk, either one is fine. When you pour in your milk into your pan, you want to continue to stir. You don't want to stop stirring because if you stop stirring while you're adding in the milk, and we're going to add in like about a fourth of a cup at a time, when you're adding in your milk, if you stop stirring, what'll happen is your gravy will seize up on you and you're going to get a lot of clumps. So the most important thing is continue to whisk and continue to stir. And so you're going to continue to do this all around the sides and in the center. And it's important with your pan to go around the sides because sometimes the flour can tend to gather in the corner and then that's where it could scorch. And so you want to go all around the sides just like that. And remember, we're going to go from that cream color to that like a soft tan. Once we get to the soft tan is when we start pouring in our liquid, which is our milk, and you want to pour it in constantly as you whisk. Now, once my flour has totally dissolved into the milk, I stopped whisking and I left it on that medium heat and I let it come to that boil that you just saw. Now, once it comes to a boil, I go back in there with my whisk and I whisk it a little bit more. What's going to happen is as it's boiling, it's going to start to thicken up. And you see now how it's kind of started to thicken up. And I've switched over from my wire whisk to my wooden spoon. Now this cast iron skillet that I'm using, this cast iron skillet, it's been in our family for years, for decades really. It used to belong to my mom and my dad. It was theirs and then it got passed down to me. And so I have been using it for a long time and I just love this cast iron skillet. When your gravy is done, you're going to feel some resistance, and when you go around with your spoon that you're using, you're going to also leave like little trails throughout. You see how I can see the bottom of my pan when I'm moving the gravy around? Stir the gravy, I'll be leaving trails in the pan just like that where you can see the bottom occasionally. Then I've also added in some bacon. I crumbled half of my bacon and added it to the pan, mix that around, and now I'm adding in some black pepper, and you want to add the pepper to your taste, so go ahead and sprinkle in some black pepper. You can also add salt as well, so you want to add salt and pepper to your taste. Now as this continues to cool, it will also thicken up. This is what it's looking like right now with the bacon that we added back in there. So I have my nice fluffy biscuit. This is my butter swim biscuit that I made, and these are just wonderful. And I will share a list of ingredients in the description box below, as well as a visual of all of the ingredients that I used today to make this meal. So I added some gravy to my biscuit, and then the other bacon that I had, I went on and I crumbled that. So I put in half the bacon crumbled into the gravy and the other half I crumbled to garnish on top. Well, I've got your bite ready, and this first bite's for you. Go ahead and take your bite. Now I'm going to take my bite and see how we did. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is so good. This recipe really has stood the test of time. And like I was sharing with y'all, my grandmother and them, they didn't always have, sausage on hand, but they always had bacon. They grew up, my dad's family's from Alabama, so it's my mom's, and they always had bacon. They always had bacon because they had hogs on the farm, and so they had bacon, and so oftentimes that's what they used. So these are the ingredients that I use. I use the flour, I use the bacon. You can also use low sodium bacon if you like. My milk, I have butter there just in case if I did not have enough drippings that came off of my bacon. So you can always put a little bit of butter to get up to that 2 tablespoons that you want for your gravy. Well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in my kitchen. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, don't forget to show it some love and give it a thumbs up and click share. Share this video with a friend or family. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.